Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to get in the truck. Your seat's adjusted for you, and you can see out properly. Your mirrors are adjusted for you. They look to be not cracked or damaged. Mirror. You can see out your windshield. It looks clean and clear. No cracks. No haze or obstructions. You got your 2 stickers here. Your inspection and your weight sticker. You're going to check your seat belt. It doesn't have any rips or tears. And it buckles properly fastened. You're going to check your fuses over there. Your fuses are in there, and your paperwork is up here. You're going to check your floor. You got your 3 emergency triangles and your fire extinguisher, which is charged properly and inspected for a year. No obstructions on the floor. The floor doesn't have any holes. Your pedals don't have any obstruction, and they have good tension. The steering wheel doesn't have more than 2 inches of play. You got your city horn and your air horn. Okay, and now I'm going to safe start the vehicle, which I'll make sure it's in neutral. Start it up. My engine oil pressure should rise in 3 to 5 seconds, and my ABS light should turn off. My battery voltmeter is right here, and I have about 14 volts. I already talked about my oil pressure. It's rising. It's where it should be. It's about 50. My coolant, my engine temperature will rise. It should be around 180 to 200. I've got my RPMs, engine speed, my road speed. I've got my air pressure gauges. The green is the primary and the orange is the secondary. And my fuel tank. I should always have at least a half tank before I leave. My lights are right here. Click back for high beams, you'll get the little signal on the dash. Low beams, left turn. Up is right turn. And 4 ways, just pull this little knob out. That turns on your 4 ways. Cancel it, lift up. Moving down your control panel, you'll then run your wipers. Wipers are right there. And you'll say your wipers have good tension, they're in good working order. You'll run some fluid, which is this button right here. Fluid's working properly. Then you're going to check your air vents. Check your defrost right here. Reach up at the top and check it, make sure it's coming out. Make sure it's coming out on the floor. Make sure your cabin air works. That's all working properly. Okay, so now you can do your air brake test. What you're going to want to do is put your clutch in, put the truck in gear, then you're going to turn your engine off. But you're going to make sure your power is back on with 1 click forward. And you're going to check for leaks. So the first thing you're going to do is release your parking brake, and you're telling your test giver that you should not lose more than 3 psi in 1 minute. So you're going to wait a minute. Once a minute's up, you're going to still check for leaks on your service brake line. You're going to hold your brake pedal in and tell the test giver that you should not lose more than 4 psi in 1 minute. Okay, so hold for 1 minute. Now, once a minute's up, you're going to fan it down. And once it hits 60, your low air alarm is going to sound. 60 psi. My low air alarm comes on. At this time, I should pull over right away and figure out what's wrong. If I keep losing air between 20 and 40 psi, my emergency spring brake will pop on. I'm going to demonstrate that by fanning down the air. And there it is. Spring brakes popped. So I have a good emergency system. Now I'm gonna safe start the vehicle and fill the air tanks back up with air. Gonna put it in neutral. Start the engine. Engine oil pressure should rise in 3 to 5 seconds. ABS light should come off. I'm gonna hold between 12,000 and 14,000 RPMs to fill the air tanks. The buzzer should come off at 60. Came off. Now between 85 psi to 100 psi should not take longer than 45 seconds, and that means my compressor is working properly. Okay, so that's past 100. That took less than 45 seconds, so that's working properly, my air compressor. And now my governor will shut off in this truck between 120 and 140 psi. My governor will shut off the air compressor. It makes a hissing noise. That was right at 130. My governor shut off my air compressor. And then I would just do a tug test with the vehicle parking brake on. I would just pull against the parking brake, it won't move, and then release the parking brake and pull and just stop with the service brake, and that completes the air brake test.